Sissy from manifest underscore with underscore Sissy. My channel is all about manifestation, creating and leveling up your and having your best life, getting to know yourself more, and also just becoming more awoke and aware of yourself and your spiritual side as well as your physical side, right? So both your physical body and your spiritual being need to work together. You need to like kind of work as two parts of who you are to create the reality that you want in your life, because everything begins in the spirit and then it manifests and condenses into the physical. So we're in the physical, right? So everything that we're actually wanting and desiring is actually an energetic frequency, right? It has an energetic vibration to it, right? So when you are in the flow of lack, you're vibrating in lack, you're not able to then manifest that frequencies of high vibration, which is your abundance. Okay, now living in abundance is a frequency tuned in. You tune into living into abundance. It's more of a perception. It's more of a life, a vibration within you. It is not really linked to money, right? So abundance is not money. Okay, abundance is love, it's health, it's time, plentiful of time. When you feel that you have enough time, you're not running out of time. When you feel you have enough love, you're not running out of love. That's all speaking into the feeling of abundance. Okay, right? Opportunities and joy seem to be plentiful of happiness and joy. There's no scarcity in your vibration. You don't feel like you're running out of time, you're running out of resources, because you are an abundant being. You're operating from a sense of abundance, right? You don't have a lack mentality. It's all about that. And then it spills into the money and the material things. Remember, it's a frequency first. It's a feeling first. It's a feeling of empowerment first before you actually go into manifesting it into your physical reality, right? So it's about the feeling first before everything else, all right? So today we're going to be talking about this abundance concept, right? As I said, abundance is an intentional alignment of your thoughts, you to the abundance, to the flow. You have to intentionally do it because of your programming, right? Every single person grew up in different backgrounds, okay? If you never had abundance of attention at home and you feel that people don't care for you, that you're not getting the attention and focus, that's a sense of lack in its own way, okay? If you never had people praising you and saying how well you're doing as well, that's a validation that you're lacking that positive feedback from people. That's another sense of scarcity, okay? That's why I'm saying that abundance is so much more than just money. It is everything that which is us as human beings, okay? With the feeling of vibration of already having, you already get to have that feeling that you already have it all. You're not waiting for it to come to you. You have plentiful, right? You're vibrating in abundance frequency, right? Plentiful of joy, time, money, love, attention, everything that you need is here, okay? Success is plentiful. Luck and fortune is plentiful. That's the feeling of abundance. That is abundance. Abundance is not only, it's not linked to money. It's a feeling, it's a vibration, right? It's something that we all have within ourselves, right? However, because of the programming of life's problems and challenges that came through from birth, depending on what you were exposed to. If you were exposed to a family setting where there was lack, and the lack was the only thing that you saw and experienced, you heard about lack. When you spoke and you asked for something, maybe school books, maybe you need pen from at school, you need something, and your parents tell you that, no, you don't have nothing, I don't have no money. Go wait till month end. That's programming. That's the beginning of your scarcity program, okay? And not because parents were unaware and unawoken to the truth that your words really have a vibration, okay? Instead of you person saying, yes, I'll get it for you, it'll come in time, or I will make a plan. Yes, it's easy. I'll make a plan for you to get that pen. Instead of telling a child, no, I don't have, it's lack, I don't have money, wait till month end or whatever, you know what I mean? Because that's another a way of feeding scarcity to a child, okay? Now, without that information of how it really operates in this reality, you will live and you'll do everything without understanding that your words have power. How you respond to everything has power. It creates, okay? It has a frequency. So as I said, abundance is not really about money. It's about love, health, time, plentiful of these things. You get my point. In your reality, in your state of fullness, you feel full and complete within yourself, and you're expecting life to support you. You're not sitting and wondering, how am I going to survive? You're expecting life to support you. Okay. Now remember, it's coming from the lower chakra, which is your root chakra. Your root chakra is about you feeling supported, feeling secure in your life. Now you're getting a great foundation from your family and your background, right? If you're coming from a home that's healthy, with great role models, right, where you're getting all the attention, validation, your root gets a great build up, okay? Your sense of self, your sense of support, your sense of safety is created from childhood. However, not every soul came for the very same experience. Some of us souls came for the growth as well, right? So you're coming from the experience of maybe your family that you're born in doesn't have all the wealth, and there's no great role models to teach you about abundance and prosperity, and also to feel secure within yourself, depending on what your soul's intention was, okay? The type of growth that you are supposed to have in this experience. You come in, your soul decided, no, you come in from the background where you were abused by your parents, right? So abuse sexually, abuse emotionally, abuse psychologically, then that'll give you that trauma that's going to actually move your spirits away from abundance straight away, right? And then basically now you start living life, and then you get to see life, or get an opportunity to see life outside of scarcity. It's up to you, right? Because every person is born in a certain setting, but as life goes on, according to your soul's intentions and your scripts, you expose to different things, right? And those things, right, will now spark you to think that either life is either full of scarcity or there's still opportunities for you, right? So with everything that comes in your life, you will learn. Spirits will bring in people who have money, who have abundance. If you come from a place where there's no abundance, and you brought up and grew up thinking that life is about scarcity, right? Then you get to see that yes, there is abundance. It's a true thing that not every person's living in this way. You get my point? So that's how you learn. So it's all about the experience. Okay, back to the concepts of abundance and shifting your mentality from scarcity to abundance. Shifting, meaning you move yourself intentionally and you focus more on the abundance of this world, okay? Now you were born in the area, in a space where there was a lot of scarcity. Your parents always complain about money and everything. Now you're older, you're more mature, you can see you have a choice, so you get to learn now, okay? There is something called abundance. This place is an abundant place. Look at the nature, look at nature, the seasons, right? It's plentiful of water, it's plentiful of everything, all right? But there is a scarcity program, right, run by people with different intentions, right? So you just need to focus on your abundance, because scarcity is really a lie, right? So you got to shift your vibration. You got to shift your vibration to think more in abundance, okay? Look at this. Look at nature. Nature tells you there's plentiful. Nature on its own tells you it's plentiful. When there's every season, summer, winter, there's plentiful. Nothing gets finished. Things is constantly getting replenished, because the universe is limitless, right? And we are limitless because we're part of nature. We are limitless as well, right? So it's about where you are focusing, where you're putting your attention to, what you are believing, right? So abundance is about changing your mindset, about changing your perception. It's about you changing how you think about life, shifting from the vibration of lack to a vibration of abundance. Deciding that yes, this world is an abundance reality, that yes, if so and so can prosper, I can also prosper. That means it's plentiful. All I need to do is tune in and dial myself into it, because look at yourself as a radio dial, right? Because everything is frequency, right? Everything is frequency vibration. So what are you focusing on? Your thoughts have a vibration, they have a frequency, right? So when you even feel in your body, how does it feel when you have a negative thoughts about your money, for example? How does it feel when you feel as if the month is too long and your money is too less? How do you feel like you don't, when you think you don't have enough? It makes you feel down, right? So that since there is a feeling of down, there's definitely a feeling of abundance and expansion, right? So you need to tap into that feeling by changing your perceptions, right? I might not have this thing that I want now, but I know I can have it soon. All I need to do is have faith and work towards it, and I can have it, right? I can have it soon. It's waiting for me to do something, to trigger something within myself, in my subconscious mind and my conscious mind, and then get an inspiration and then do this thing that's gonna bring this cash, this more wealth in me, right? Because I remember I told you that abundance is not about the money, it's about the feeling, it's about the love, it's about the health. It was a time, plentiful opportunities, the joy and abundance, they go well together, right? So there's a reason why certain things align to certain feelings, right? Like, for example, joy and abundance, money and wealth, lack and scarcity has its own frequency. It's all about the feelings, about the vibration, right? So when you want to switch and change and transmute your thoughts, it's all about you upgrading yourself, right? Upgrading your language. Change your language, how you speak about yourself and money, how you speak about yourself in relation with money, okay? Change it to more positive words, right? Your language is very important, okay? Because it has a frequency. It's coming from your vibrations, coming from your perceptions. It's coming from your worldview, right? So your language, number one, is important. Your inner talk, what you're saying to yourself, not only what you're saying to other people, what you're saying to yourself, right? When you see something, a dress that you like, or whatever, an outfit or an item of clothing that you like in a shopping mall, and you tell yourself, totally, I don't have that money, it's too expensive, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. You are already pushing that thing that you want away from you. You're already telling your subconscious mind, you're telling yourself that I don't have, I am lack. But if you look at it and you say, well, that top, that dress, that item is beautiful, I want it, right? I'm gonna get it, I can afford it. Maybe not now, but I know I can afford it. You've already put an impression in your subconscious mind that you can afford it, right? Even if you don't physically have the cash in your hand at the moment, but you've told yourself that you can afford it, right? Maybe not now, but I can afford it, right? I will get it, and already now it's plastered at the back of your subconscious mind that you are an abundant person, that you can afford things, right? If you look at life like that, instead of you looking at the opposite side, oh, thing is too expensive, I cannot afford it. Right now, remember, that's also another feeling. It's a feeling that's going to be kept within your body, in your subconscious mind. That's why it's important for you to change the way you are talking to yourself about money. Change it completely, right? Your language, I spoke about that, right? Then your mind, your imaging, your visualization, your picture yourself with all your needs fulfilled, right? Picture yourself with all your needs fulfilled. Picture yourself with what you desire in that state, in that space in life, that's a wonderful car you want. Picture yourself in that vehicle, driving it. You understand? Picture yourself in that house, living in that house, the beautiful kitchen or the beautiful bathroom, and you in there soaking in a lovely bubble bath and relaxing. All that comes with feelings, okay? So the picture conjures a feeling, an emotion. We manifesting deeply from our emotions, from the emotional body. Your emotional body needs to be vibrant for you to be able to bring things into your life, right? So when you're thinking more positive and brightly, your emotional body is getting fed with more vibrant energy. All right. Then act. There's another way you can do it, is the acting, right? They call it act as if energy. Act as if energy. Dress like that thing or that person you're working towards being, right? That successful person. Maybe for example, you want to be a social media influencer, right? What does a social media influencer do? Try and live in that space, okay? This is what that person has. They're full of confidence. They do the work, they do the things they need to do to get that information so they can show up every time they make a video. They do research, they enjoy what they're doing, they believe in themselves, right? They're willing to take chances and risks, okay? And not afraid to come out of themselves. So they take, you know what I mean? Their self-esteem is quite high. So work on your self-esteem and live like somebody who got high self-esteem. Self-confidence is high, right? This is the whole story. We have the power to change our own life experience. Abundance is about the plentifulness, about feeling fulfilled, feeling provided for, feeling safe, okay? And when you work on that hard enough, long enough, and keep it at a constant vibration. Thank you for joining my live, Jaden. Thank you for joining my live. Is it Sunny? Sunny, thank you for joining my live. We're talking about abundance here, right? As not only being the destination, the money, but also the feeling itself, the vibration of abundance, feeling fulfilled, right? I got up this morning and I felt so good. I said my gratitude prayers. I said, thank you, Spirit, for this day. And I felt so good, right? Then I said to myself that, yeah, today is a wonderful day. I'm feeling this abundance within myself, right? Because before I slept yesterday, I really said to myself, I'm an abundant person. Small little practices like that. What you say to yourself constantly will create your reality. Before you go to sleep, tell yourself and tell Spirit that I'm ready for a good night's sleep because I'm an abundant person, right? I can only but attract abundance in my life, right? Scarcity is a illusion. I live in abundance, not scarcity. And even my dreams will bring me dreams of abundance. I will get up feeling abundance in myself, right? Remember, it's a totality of what you are doing, what you're feeding yourself physically, what you're putting in your mouth, okay? What you're inhaling in you through your nose and your skin. All those things count, right? Now, remember that your spirit's strong enough to heal you, okay? So what you put in your body is very, 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 very important. It's going to bring forth an energy of abundance, okay? If you're constantly thinking in lack, operating in lack, doing actions in lack, right, you will actually then manifest that aura around you of lack. And then you start manifesting and attracting filled situations and circumstances. Your reality becomes one of lack. You thought maybe your car keeps on breaking down, right? You get sick all the time. Each time it's flu season, you get the flu because you are living in that lack. You understand? You believe that what the world is telling you is your truth. That's another thing, right? Your abundance is linked to your autonomy, your sovereignty, right? What you believe and what you tell yourself is true, not what the world tells you, right? What you believe about yourself is true, and what you tell yourself is true, not what the world is telling you, right? So, for example, no situation lasts forever, right? Things are constantly changing. People get stuck in their current situations. They get stuck in the current situation of not having, and they don't know that if you just hold that situation softly and let it go, you opening yourself to more success and abundance, right? Because now you might not have this thing that you want now. It doesn't mean you're not going to have it tomorrow. And open yourself. Don't hold on to a situation too tightly, okay? Be trustful because life is about abundance after all, right? But now when you're trying to reseed yourself and change your perception, you need to start embracing and adapting abundance practices into your life experience, okay? Abundance practices, because it's all about energetic change and switch, okay? So your energetic practices, right, are very important. Things like affirmations in the morning, how you start your day, how you end your day is very important, right? And then even during the day, what you are thinking, what are your core thoughts and perceptions during the day? Are you complaining? Abundance is so far from complaining, right? Abundance is far from complaining. When you're complaining is a negative frequency. You need to be saying, thank you, Spirit, for this wonderful day. Thank you for all the joyful things in my life experience. I might not have everything that I need, want, and desire right now, but I know that I'm open to it. Hi, yes, I'm in South Africa. Are you guys in South Africa? Okay, anyway, I am now streaming from South Africa, right? In Durban, right? I am Sissy and life coach and motivational speaker. Okay, guys. So my channel is about spirituality. If you have not come across my channel before and it's your first time, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, right? And go into my videos and check my videos out as well, okay? And share as well if you find it inspiring, okay, with your friends, because I am growing my channel manifest underscore Sissy, right? It's all about the level up. It's about having a better life experience, but you changing your own life experience by you changing yourself, because everything begins within you, right? Uplifting yourself, changing your vibration, changing your focus to more positive things in life. That's what it's all about, right? So my channel is about that. So back to the energetic practices, because everything is energy, right? What are you saying in the morning? The first thing you say in the morning before you get out the bed. What are you thinking? Because the first thing, everybody has a first thought, right? When you open your eyes in the morning, what are you thinking? Okay, and what do you continue thinking until you get out the bed? That creates your day. That's now creating a vibration for that day. Okay, so when those feelings and thoughts and thinkings, whenever you're thinking, right, and saying to yourself a negative, you're actually creating a negative vibration. But if you get up in the morning and the first thing you do when you open your eyes and say, yes, I've arrived, I'm here, I've had such a great sleep, I'm so restful, I slept so restfully. And then your mind takes you back to what happened, last thing that happened last night, okay? Especially things that were very emotional, right? They will always stick, and then your mind will take back to what you thought about yesterday. If what you thought about yesterday was something negative, it tends to pop up now in the morning as the first thought, okay? That is why it's good to end your day with positivity before you get yourself onto the bed, right? I normally have a meditation wind down practice before I go to bed, right? Before I put my body onto the bed, I first do a meditation wind down practice, okay? Where I start being grateful for my day, right? Thanking Spirit, thanking God for my wonderful day, right? Thank you for my challenges too, because every challenge comes with a gift of me overcoming that challenge, making me stronger, right? Every problem that I was addressed with during the day comes with a gift because I overcame that problem, right? I found a solution to that problem. We are here as problem solvers. We here to solve problems, right? We here to overcome all challenges. So each day you end your day by saying, thank you, Spirit, thank you, Divine Source, thank you, God, whatever you believe in. Thank you, even self. I thank myself for showing up for myself today, showing up in my day today. I thank myself for showing up stronger than yesterday. And today I know it was a wonderful day. Although I've had some challenges, but I know I've overcame those challenges already. And I know that every problem that I've been facing has a solution. And I know that today it's a wonderful day, right? And I'm going to sleep now, and tomorrow is going to be another wonderful day. I'm so excited about life. You got to be excited about life. Now you're telling Divine Source, you're telling the matrix that you are ready for this game. You're ready for this life. You're ready for this wonderful life. No matter what problems and challenges that I've been facing, but I'm ready each day to face them. At each end of the day, I'm thankful for overcoming all challenges. I'm thankful for finding solutions for every problem in my reality, right? That's how you start. It's all about you, okay? Nobody's going to make your life better. You got to make your life better, and it starts within you because you decide on how life is going to be for you. Don't let the world tell you that life is bad. You decide my life as an individual, as a micro mechanism of this universal expression of life. I am blessed and I have the power to have a wonderful life, and I'm choosing to have a wonderful life. No matter what challenges, I can overcome every challenge, right? It's all about you tuning into the energetic field, that radio dial of vibration of happiness and joy, right? So affirmations are very important. Things like I am open to a limitless blessings and abundance today, right? Speaking about abundance, right? Life supports me always. I'm supported by life itself. The universe is conspiring for my divine good. The universe is conspiring for my divine good, right? Then you listen to some nice music, high vibrational music, right? Listen to beats, sounds, high vibrational music, okay? Like, for example, the 528 hertz beats and the 639, or even the 963, or even the 111, right? Anything that's going to raise your vibration is important, right? To help you tune into that energy of abundance and prosperity, okay? Then open your heart. Opening your heart practices are very important as well, especially at this time when we're going through an awakening, okay? Opening your heart means that you are forgiving people, you're forgiving yourself as well, all right? And you're also letting go of the past hurts. So when I forgive you, I'm letting go. I might not forget because I'm not programmed to forget, but I am now letting go of the situation. I understand that you operated from a place of hurt and you hurt me, okay? It's fine. I'm letting it go. Today has passed and tomorrow's a new day. So I'm ending my day by forgiving you. That a great practice every evening is to do a forgiving practice ritual, right? Where you think or you meditate, you think of every single person that hurt you that day, every single person that offended you that day, every single person that irritated you that day, every single person that made you feel a bit uneasy within your soul. You picture that person, and then you picture yourself forgiving that person and hug that person, right? Forgive that person and hug that person, right? Now you're letting go. Now you're saying to spirit, you're saying to the matrix, okay, this day is over. Whoever hurt me, it's the past. I'm letting go. That person was only operating from a place of lack and pain, okay? However, I understand because each person can only express themselves in a level of the awareness. So I'm forgiving that person, right? I'm letting go. Every day do that practice. That can be your night ritual, your ending of your day, winding down ritual, right? Then in the morning you can start by saying, yes, I'm ready for this wonderful day, and every single person in my life is a golden thread to my success. Every single person in my life is a golden thread to my happiness and my joy. You're already setting the stage and you're telling the universe that yes, today, whatever any person says to me is not gonna hurt me, it's gonna add to me. Okay, meaning that now in your radar, your frequency, your aura is waiting for positivity. All right. When you expecting negative things to happen, right, you then aligning yourself to negative things. That's why I'm saying you start your day with first declaring that every single person is a golden thread to your success and your happiness. Every situation is a golden thread to your success and your happiness, right? So it's the people, it's the situations, it's also your resources. So every single resource in my life, my car, my cell phone, my laptop, my mind, my knowledge is a golden thread to my success. That those are your resources. So you're blessing your resources every single day by saying that every single resource in my life, my intelligence, my health, my patience, my perseverance, right? My ability to listen, my ability to work great with teams, all these things here are creating a wonderful foundation for my success. They bring success into my life. So every single person, every single resource, every single circumstance, every single thing in my life is there to add to me today. Right? When you know you're setting your stage for your play, for your day, right? For the script to play to roll out. Okay, that's you. You on the stage, right? And you're acting through your life every moment, every day. It's like you're acting, you understand? Because life is all an act. All right, it's a game of life, it's an act. So you start like that, start positively, right? So you ever just join my live now, thank you for joining my live. We are speaking about leveling up, right? So if you have not as yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because we're growing this channel, right? And we know that the organorithm is quite a tough thing to actually beat, right? So what we need here, guys, if you like this live, go ahead and like the live so that then that information can go through the system, right? If you like the topic of leveling up, right? And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask those questions as well. You are free to engage, okay? You are free to engage because this is a space of learning and leveling up, okay? Now, you got to clear yourself and get yourself ready for your abundance, okay? It's all about you changing that your mindsets, your perceptions, and getting into the frequency of abundance, right? It's all about you getting into the frequency of abundance, right? So now, as I said, there's a ritual you can actually do. You can do a 7-day ritual, and each day you do one small little thing to add to your abundance, one step at a time. Because how do you achieve something? One step at a time, one bit at a time, right? So your morning ritual for the first day could be a gratitude practice, okay, where you write 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for, okay, for that for in the morning, right? Morning, you're gonna do that. Daily practice day number 1. In the morning, you write down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. Okay, and then you say them aloud to yourself. I'm grateful for this. As you're writing it down, feel that gratitude. Write it down. Feel it's a frequency You're telling the universe, you're telling the matrix that yes, I'm grateful for these things. And gratitude brings it more because the universe sees your words as okay, she's grateful because she loves this. This is what she likes. Let me give her more of this. That's how it works. I'm grateful for the love that I have. I'm grateful for the support that I have from my family. I'm grateful for my vehicle that I drive. I'm grateful for my laptop that I work on. I'm grateful for my ability to afford data. Right? I'm grateful. Give me more. Give me more divine consciousness now. Now, when you're complaining, it's the same thing because you're saying, "Ah, life is so bad, right? I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this." Now you tell the universe, yes, I'm actually focused on not having. So give me more of the not having. You understand? That's how it works. Give me more of the not having because if the universe doesn't speak in English, doesn't speak in language, it speaks in vibration, and your words are vibration. So there's a different vibration to I'm grateful for what I have in my life now. To the opposites. I'm so tired of this life. I'm so tired of struggling. You see my point? It's different. It changes, right? It changes. So there's a different frequency. That's what you need to consider as well. It's always about the frequency, the gratitude. Okay, very important. So you write down in your journal every day, the first day goes doing a 7-day channel, a challenge, right, of abundance. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and reset our minds with abundance vibration. First day, you write in your journal how grateful you are for 3 things, small or big things, right? And then you will also be able to do it in the evening as well. Do your evening gratitude and say, I'm grateful for this wonderful day, grateful for all these things that happened in my life. I'm grateful for all these people that showed up in my life, right? I'm grateful for all the achievements I've made today, whatever it may be. Maybe I finished a project. Maybe I helped somebody cross the road. Maybe I cooked a meal, a beautiful meal that my family enjoyed. I'm grateful for the fact that I've done that, okay? And they even ate the food. I'm grateful for my opportunity to serve my family. Any small thing, add it to your gratitude list, okay? So in the morning, you start by your 3 to 5 things you're happy and grateful for. In the evening, you end your day with a gratitude saying or even writing down what you're grateful for that day, right? What happened in your day. Then day number two, the abundance visualization, visualizing. Okay, I'm more of a feeler, right? So I feel through my visions. In other words, right? I feel things more than I can actually picture them in my head, right? So what I've noticed is when I feel something deep enough, it comes up with a picture, right? So then visualization practice, right? This takes practice. If you're having a problem with visualizing things in your mind, it'll only happen and grow with practice, like everything else, right? So you need to try it and keep on trying it. You get my point? And get the feeling together with the picture. So you get the feeling and the picture, right, together. Okay, very important. In your morning meditation ritual, you can do this visualization where you actually visualize this thing that you want. Okay, now what we are visualizing, we're visualizing our abundance, we are visualizing our level up, we are visualizing our plentiful, whatever you are working towards, whatever your goal is at this time in the season. Visualize it in your head that you already have achieved this thing, or how will it be to have this thing that you're aiming to get into your life experience. May it be a new car, right? You know the car you want, right? You have to be very direct with the universe. If it's a BMW, if it's a Tesla, if it's a whatever it is, you should have that picture, right? Even go online and Google the car that you want, right? Or go to dealerships and test drive cars that you like, right? Go in for a see them and see if you can test drive cars, okay? Have that picture, right? You get my point? You're really making a shopping list in your head, okay? So it all starts in the mind because everything is mind, right? So it's all about you visualizing it, right? And while you are picturing or visualizing this thing, this vehicle, you driving your new Tesla, whatever it is, right? You in that car and you're driving it and the music is playing, whatever the car is, a BMW or whatever it is, right? Whatever car it is, a Toyota, whatever it is, whatever the car is. Remember, there's no limitations and no restrictions, okay? So now you're going to breathe in and breathe out and really feel into that feeling of being in this car. Smell the newness of this car. Smell the newness of the car as you're sitting there, right? That adds to your manifestations, the newness. How you know how a new car smells, a brand new car from the box, okay? How it smells, the leather, the interior, how it smells, feel of that, right? Okay, and it's better in most cases if you know how that feeling is to have yourself experiencing a new vehicle, right? Okay, and what else if you have not been in a new vehicle? Ask yourself, how will it feel to be in a new vehicle? Now it's a genuine leather vehicle. Right now you're smelling that leather. You smelling. I mean the whole items of what the car is made of, right? And new vehicles have a distinct smell, right? So try and ask yourself, how will it actually feel and smell to be in a new vehicle? Okay. You gotta feel your abundance. It's about your feeling. You gotta feel your abundance. You gotta feel that you've achieved that thing that you want, right? You have to feel it first, okay? So now you must be relaxed as well. Being relaxed because it's easy, right? Life is easy. Abundance is about being easy, okay? So now that you are breathing in and breathing out, relax your body. Feel supported, right? You're supported by life itself. Then your language upgrade, as I mentioned, is very important. What you're speaking, what you're saying. Watch yourself each day. Day 3 is about the language upgrade, okay? So day 1 is about you affirming gratitude. Day 2 is about you visualizing in the morning and in the evening. You can also do another ritual in the evening, right? Do the same thing that you did in the morning. You can do it in the evening, visualize your new vehicle and whatever you want. You visualize those 1,000 or 5,000 or 500,000 people following you on social media, whatever it is, whatever you are actually leveling up on, okay? Visualize your body, that healthy, strong body, sexy body that you're working towards. You get my points. Visualize that healthy body without sickness, where you're at ease, whatever is it that you are wanting. Then day number 3 is your language and your gratitude. Day 3 is a simple one because day 3 you're just going to be focusing on positive words to yourself. Okay, you can write down or tell yourself rather uh 5 things that you really love about yourself, right? And no criticism at all. Look in the mirror. You can do the mirror as mirror work as well. Look at yourself in the mirror and say 5 wonderful things that make you feel good about yourself. Words of empowerment and upliftment. That's another way of doing it, okay? Another thing you can do is basically catch yourself every day in the morning. When you finish your morning starting of the day ritual, okay? Then you start your day and you go to the office, wherever. When you're driving and you see other uh, drivers driving their vehicles and behaving stupid, whatever it is, right? Performing terribly in the vehicle. See what you're thinking about them. Feel and understand and focus on what you're thinking about them. Is it uplifting or is it something negative right now again? Because we're trying to watch our thoughts, right? As you're driving, you're thinking, you're focusing, you're driving, obviously, right? But you always can also understand and hear what you're actually thinking when you look at somebody else driving, acting silly on the road. Okay, what are your thoughts? Okay, and then you get to the office, you do the same thing when you start your day and you get your first irate client or your first client that's not very nice to you. How does it make you feel? What words come up in your mind? Are they empowering words or they are words of negative words that bring the person down? Remember that we're all connected. So when I'm saying negative things to my neighbor, I'm creating a negative field around me. Basically, that negative field is going to cause me to feel that negativity because it's all energy, right? So what I'm saying about you and what I'm feeling about you, right, creates that energy around me, around my aura. That's what's important to day 3 to watch your words, your language. Okay, very important. So you can say like things like this. I am creating a space within myself full of positivity and abundance. I'm creating a space within myself full of positivity and abundance. I'm creating a space within myself with my words and my thoughts full of positivity and abundance because I am an abundant person. I am an abundant person. I believe in abundance. I only think in abundance. Right? When I'm looking at somebody else, I'm also thinking of abundance as well. If that person is doing something wrong, I say, hey, yeah, I understand. Maybe the person's having a bad day. I bless you. You can go on your way. Okay, I bless you that your day be better than it is now. Now you're not only blessing that person, you're blessing yourself. Instead of you saying, ah, to hell with you. I hope you fall and drop or whatever, negative things. But now you're going to switch it to positivity because you're now seating abundance within yourself, right? Remember that when somebody does negative things to you, it doesn't mean you need to respond with negativity, because what you're doing, you're feeding his aura of negativity, right? Because he is speaking negative things to you and doing negative things. It doesn't mean you need to respond with negativity. You need to respond with love, okay? You need to clean it all around yourself so that you don't be a match to that person's frequency, right? That's why, like, for example, you get road rage where people are really terrible on the road, and there you are, somebody does something and they do all different signs on the road and they try and overtake you and cause an accident, all those things, and you get angry and you start cursing that person. Now you are matching to that person's frequency instead of you switching and keeping your own frequency, because you have the autonomy, right? You're a sovereign being, right? Even on the road, you're a sovereign being. Don't let another person's inability to remain and be high frequency affect your high frequency. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, he's having a bad day. I understand. I can imagine the day this guy is having. Maybe his morning was horrible, but I understand. I send him light and love. I send him light and love. Right? He's going his way, I go my way. Because in a brief moment that you're on the road, you meet somebody briefly, and that experience of meeting that person on the road can actually be very impactful on you, right? But you need to decide on how you're gonna protect your own aura, your own space, your own self. Don't allow that person's irrates a terrible frequency to affect you. Okay, let go, forgive him, and let go and go your way, because you're all going your different paths, living your own life experiences. Don't let him influence your manifestation for that day. Don't let him influence your positive vibe. Put your music on and go your way. Put your music on in your vehicle and think of all positive things, right? And say, thank you, Spirit. At least I know I'm guided and I'm protected. There is no accident that can befall me, because I'm guided and I'm protected. My frequency is high. I am safe right here in my vehicle. My vehicle can never be in any accident, right? I am safe. That's how it works. Then day 4, it's all about you giving something away. Like, for example, a lot of us hoard things. Now, when you hoard and you're telling the universe, there's not enough, I need to hold on to this, there's not enough, I need to hold on to this. Hoarding is about telling the universe that there is not enough, there's scarcity. And this thing here, I need it so much, I'm now a mesh to this thing. Not understanding that the universe is a cycle, it flows, the water banks are going like this, the oceans are coming in and out, you know what I mean? The flow of life is easy. There's an in and there's an out. Even when you breathe in and you breathe out. Consciously or even unconsciously, we're still breathing in and we're breathing out. We're not breathing in and holding like there's no abundance. Okay. Now, when you live like that, you are hoarding. You hoard. You don't let go of things. You've got clothes in your closet you haven't worn for over 6 months. They're all there, right? And you don't want to get let go, right? Because you feel that you're gonna lose something when I let go of this. Yeah, I like this, my favorite dress, it's my favorite jacket or my favorite shoe, but you haven't worn it, which is favorite to you because you've immersed yourself to that item. It's only things you haven't worn it, and other people out there really need stuff, so you can let go and tell the universe that yes, I have plentiful. Where this comes from, many is coming, right? So if I let go now, it's an endless flow. If I let go, give something to somebody at least. May it be even a compliment. May it be just a compliment. You see somebody in a workspace and you say, hey, I love your dress. I love your hairstyle. Oh, you look so good today. You know what I mean? Or if somebody did something well in the work team and you compliment that person, oh, I love that graph. It is so accurate. It's so precise. Thank you. I love those colors. It's so creative. Now you're telling the universe, yes, I love compliments. Now you're also beginning to receive those compliments from other people because you love compliments, okay? You tell the universe that, yes, I love compliments. I like giving. And when you give, you shall receive. The more you give, the more you receive. And remember, it's not only about the money, it's also about everything else. Attention. I'm focusing on this person. I'm giving him my attention, right? I'm feeding him me, my positivity. You understand? I'm giving because I know that the universe is going to give me more. Compliments are important. Even time. Spend time. Give some time to people. Not only your family, even in your workspace. You meet somebody and a person wants to speak to you. Be quiet and listen to the person. Just give the person your audience. Give them your time. Right now, you're telling the universe that yes, there's plenty of time. Right? Even when I need somebody to listen to me, I will receive it back because I'm willing to give it. So I'm able to receive it. Right? This leads to the universe knowing that you trust the flow of life, that there's plentiful of everything. Okay, now you're telling the universe that you trust the flow of life, that is plentiful of everything. It's all about the abundance, guys. It's all about the abundance. Life is about the abundance, right? Life is about the abundance. And abundance is not only linked to money, it's linked to the feeling, it's linked to love, it's linked to plentiful time. You get my point? It's everything. Abundance is a state of being. Abundance is a state of being. Money is a tool to get what we want. Abundance is a state of being, and money is a tool to get what we want, right? Then day 5, you're listening to that music, high frequency music. You put on that music in your car. Download some 528 hertz sounds, vibration. Sound bowls are also quite interesting, like bath yourself with lovely high frequency sounds in the morning and in the evening, and before you go to bed, after you did your winding down ritual, right? Birth yourself or bath yourself, sorry, with that frequency of high frequency music. Okay, dance. Even before you go to bed, you can dance, but that's not a good idea because then again, you're vibing up your hormones. It's best to do it in the morning. The dancing thing is best in the morning or during the day to move your body. In the evening, you it's all about you calming down. It's about you bringing your frequency down, right? So you're getting ready to wind down your mind. Okay, so music is very helpful for that as well. Okay, guys, and day 6 is all about you walking in the abundance. Okay, you go for a few minutes walk and think about all the things you're grateful for. Look at the universe, look at the trees, look at the sun. The world is plentiful, the universe is plentiful, nature is plentiful, meaning that you are plentiful, right? Go for a walk and focus on the abundance that you have and tell yourself that you are abundant. Okay, even if you're in the office, and I don't know, most of us have to walk. We have to walk to get to wherever you want to go. Maybe you want to go to a meeting. When you walk into that meeting, you're telling yourself how abundant you are, how intelligent you are, how smart you are. Don't wait for other people to tell you about your abundance. You are smart and you're intelligent. That's all a part of your God-given abundance. Your birthright is abundance. Okay, so when you start living like that, then you start seeing that opportunities that bring more money into your life, more peace, more joy, more love will start popping up everywhere, right? Then day number 7 is all about celebrating your milestones, your success, celebrating your new frequency of abundance. Okay, you will probably want to wear something that makes you feel very abundant and prosperous on the 7th day, right? For this ritual, remember that ritual is about repetition. Doing something religiously becomes a ritual, right? Now remember that there's negative rituals that we do unconsciously, like complaining and always looking at negative things and being pessimistic about life, right? That's a ritual thing, your frequency, you do it all the time. So now we want to unseat all that and put something new. So it means you need to actually now do new practices ritually, religiously, right? You'll have a morning ritual, you have your evening ritual, and during the day, you're saying positive things to yourself while you are going on your day. You're saying positive things to yourself and you're saying positive things to other people. You're smiling more. You're looking for all the bright things in your life that make you feel happy, right? Listen to some music while you're working. High vibrational music makes you feel happy, okay? Even do poetry, listen to poetry that's really uplifting and inspiring. There's so much online, so much positivity online. Tune into the positivity and forget about the negative news and the negative stuff on online. Tune into the positive things that will also change your frequency to abundance, guys. This world is truly an abundant place. This reality is truly an abundant place. And when you start making that your reality, you start now manifesting and creating an abundant experience in this world, in this game, right? Remember how you pitch up in life is very important. Your morning practice when you first open your eyes, and then your evening practice when you're closing your eyes to sleep. because they speak together, they speak to each other. Because the first thing your mind does is recall the last thought you had before you slept, or the last argument you had, or the last whatever happened before you slept. Okay, or the last recording you're listening to, maybe a motivational speech, or a motivational video, or high frequency music that you're listening to. It brings back that memory, right? Like, because I'm an abundant person. This world is an abundant place, okay? That's how you research yourself. By you fixing your morning routines and then your evening routines, and in the middle of the day, you remind yourself of who you are, that you are an abundant person, okay? When you religiously train your mind to think positively and high frequency way of thinking, you change everything about you. You change your aura, you change your perception, you change your worldview. Your worldview is very important for all the things that are coming into your reality, okay? Your worldview is very important. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I hope that you guys have um, got some insights on my life and what I'm talking about, right? And if you have not as yet, go ahead, don't be shy. Subscribe to my channel. I'm all about the level up, and then I speak about spiritual things as well, about witchcraft, about spell work, about tarot, because I do tarot readings as well, right? Symbolism is very big in this reality, right? So I speak about all these things, right? I collect crystals as well. I love crystals, and I think that crystals have a very interesting place in our awakening as well, because you're supposed to use every element that you can find that the universe has given us, right? Water on its own is an element you can also use as well. So I talk about alchemy, inner alchemy, and stuff like that, spiritual alchemy, right? So as I said, if you have not as yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, right? I'm Sissy, a motivational speaker and a life coach and spiritual teacher. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not as yet. Comment and watch on my videos and share with those that are inspiring you, so they can inspire others as well. Remember that when we share, we're telling the universe that there's plenty full, okay? And everybody has a chance to expand, all right? As I said, I'm Sissy. And if you want to know more about me, go into my website, consultingsystem.com. If you look at my bio on YouTube, right, it speaks a lot about what I do, and also my website link is there, because I also coach people one-on-one coaching as well. Okay, so it's consultingsystem.com. You can go into my website, and if you are interested in a coaching session, go ahead and you can just contact me. My WhatsApp is there on my website, okay? And you can send me a message on my website if you're interested in a coaching session, and I'll respond on via email to you, okay? So have a great week further. This is a week of abundance and prosperity, as we are getting closer to ending the Lion's Gate portal. It's closing on the 12th. Let's take advantage of this time of abundance and prosperity. Think in abundance and live in abundance, right? And remember that scarcity is just an illusion. Create your own reality of abundance, okay? Right? So have a great week further, guys.